So, I know the last time I made a video, I was crying. And based on what I said in the last video, you're going to be surprised at what I'm going to say in this one. But let's start over. Before I go into that, let's start over by saying what I'm about to share. I wasn't just hesitant, I wasn't going to say shit. I was just going to ignore it and hope it goes away and hope I get what I want, which is that this person leaves me alone. But it's not even just leaves me alone, but also everybody who could ever want to fall into that category, leave me alone. Hold up, let me go for something. Ugh. I don't want to edit this, so I just, quickly go for the book I need. Okay. And what am I talking about? I am talking about what's been happening in the past month or two that I've been fighting, and this motherfucker don't want to give up to the point that recently they're willing to do what the last person did, basically, to get what they want. And they don't know how serious I am. And let's just give a little synopsis before I go in depth. And that is, all I want, nothing else in this world, first and foremost, before I want and prepare for the children I want to adopt or the promises, I want freedom. Freedom just to be me. Freedom like a fucking man. Just the freedom to say, I do not want this, therefore I don't have to. The freedom of just existing, okay? That's my biggest want, my goal, my direction. I am not I will fight everybody and their mother just to get that. That is my first thing. Freedom. Just to be an adult, a human being, a person. A fucking male gets that freedom. I want that freedom. I want that freedom to choose to do whatever the fuck I want, and I do it with vigor. So that is, first of all, my biggest goal. So that's my goal. And this motherfucker, because they fall in the category of people who not just want me, but God kind of approved them. So he's now, I could say, the official third replacement, or the second replacement, third spiritual husband shit fuckery that been happening since 2021. Okay. So now, then I was all, oh God. Now I'm like, no, fuck that shit. Okay. But anyways, let's start with the fact that this person, I am literally like, no. At one point, I even made a bargain because they've been claiming some stuff, which I'll get into. But let's just say I bargained with, if you give me my freedom, I mean full freedom. I don't care about everything else that you say you will give me, which includes like wealth and whatever. But I just want full freedom, detaching freedom in every fucking sense. Then I will ever consider giving you that space that I might take you on as a partner, but never as a legal spouse. Never. And the person fought it or literally breached the agreement. But let's just put it this way, all this is all spiritual. This is not even physical. If it's physical, that's one thing, and I can physically say no. But at the same time, oh, I forgot one more book. As I was saying, this is all spiritual. If it was physical, then I can reject and physically just kind of like make space. But it's spiritual with few confirmations that make me think there could be real, but there's nothing tangible to make it real. Like, tangible in the sense that I can hold on to this. There is evidence, there's people see it, or this fucking happened. I know this happened. I have some evidences, but I don't really care. One. Two, people could deny it, but it's not even just deny it. I don't care about the denial. I just don't want it. I don't. When I said, let's be clear. When I say I don't want a lover, I don't want a man or a woman, but it's clearly I'm hetero. So the point is, I don't want a man or a woman. I don't want to get married. I don't want a spouse. I don't want a partner. I don't want it. I don't fucking want it. And this person isn't trying to like change my mind, because if you gave me what I want, you know, that's the funny thing. If he fucking gave me what I want, which is that freedom, then I could have looked at him different. But all he's giving me is the same patriotic fuckery, which I don't fucking care about. So let's start over. Let's start with the fact that I sense change, okay? So initially I thought, okay, things are going to go bad. Technically, I'm still sensing it, but what I'm going to say may change it from it happening to me and me making sure it happened. Why? Okay. So I sense change, one, and that was like, we're in May going into June, literally tomorrow, because it's, what time is it now? It's literally 2 minutes to 12. So tomorrow, by the time this is posted, tomorrow will be June. This started in April, I think. Yeah, April. So let's start with, I'm not going to give you too much, so because I sense people in my circle in a certain way watch my stuff. Do I want them to? No, but I posted up, so why am I fighting it? Literally, why am I fighting it? But anyways, so what I was saying, let's put it this way. Certain things happen. This person appeared in my life, into the circle of people that I interact with, okay? And when this person came around, I was already dealing with problems. But the thing is, I'm not afraid of problems, and many times I've become either comfortable with problems or challenges or whatever, and that is not okay, but this is life, okay? Especially as a Black woman, it's almost like you've learned to make comfort in problems. So I had problems, and I've learned to make comfort or find the good or make it benefit me. So I made it benefit me, okay? I made that shit benefit me, and it was benefiting me, okay? Now, even though I had the problem and I know it was there, tangible, I just let it be. Like, I tried to deal with it in some way and nobody cared. So I was like, okay. And I made it benefit me. I avoided certain situation. It's literally situation. But I literally made it work for me, okay? It worked for me, okay? This person comes along, and in the spiritual realm, because all of this happened in the spiritual realm, the only thing that I can say, I will give you evidence of it that confirm the spiritual realm, I'll talk soon. But in the spiritual realm, I keep hearing things are going to change because of this person. So I was like, and then the reason for this is because the person liked me. And I was like, when in my motherfucking life has anybody liking me benefited me? Okay? So I was like, let's see. Then, because that person came along, or according to the spiritual realm, the reason for that problematic person or the problem, one of them, or that one, or the main one, is because that person dealt with that person, and that person no longer in my circle. Okay? So I was like, cool. But then at the same time, in the spiritual, people were either getting scared or it was just getting weird. But at the same time, that person was moving like, I'm powerful too, and just worry, I will protect you, I love you, I'll protect you. And I'm just like, okay, I don't care, because I don't want to be with anybody. I don't even care if I like you or eventually like you or could like you, or I don't want to be with a motherfucker. Okay? This motherfucker keep insisting in the spiritual realm. Now, here's the thing. Here's one of the evidences make it feel real more than just in the spiritual. Because if it's just in the spiritual, I can eventually block it out, which I am doing now. But I'm making this video as a warning. Just in case I never made it clear. I'm making this video as a warning just in case it's real. Because right now I'm acting like it's not real. I'm acting like the spiritual, whatever is being said is not real. But I am making this as a warning. I took 10 minutes to make it clear, but it's still making it clear. This is a motherfucking warning, okay? So anyways, let's get to the point before I get to the warning. So I did not care. But one of the reasons I could get some evidence of this is whenever I was around the person, because not all the time I'm around the person, I'm in my head or in the spiritual realm. The first time is like they're playing music now with a certain theme. And it's not just like they're playing a playlist and then letting it play. They're literally, I'm thinking, is this person trying to say XYZ that the song is saying about me? And they'll literally change the song right after I make that thought to either say, yeah, I am doing this, you, or whatever. Mind you, let's even rewind a little bit. One of the first interaction with the person, somebody else in my circle was like, where do you live? And the person was like, oh, I live XYZ with my girlfriend and a roommate. And I'm like, ooh, I have a girlfriend. And I'm in my head, like, spiritual realm, whether it's God or someone else in the spiritual realm, was like, oh, he likes you and things are gonna change. I'm like, but bitch, he has a girlfriend. What the fuck? And make that make sense? And then eventually, like, within like a week or two, in the spiritual realm, they're saying it's he no longer have a girlfriend. So let's be clear. But in the spiritual realm, don't have a girlfriend, as in before that was said in the spiritual realm, the songs that were playing was I got a man, but I want you type of song. Literally, those songs were literally constantly playing. You were it type of songs were constantly playing. I'm in my head like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, the next day I'm like hearing I want baby with you, some songs with those I was like, in my head I'm no, and the reaction is I don't care, or whatever it is. It's always a reaction, a literal reaction to what I said. In the spiritual realm is being responded with a song, and I'm not talking like he's playing a playlist and just letting it sit. I mean, in the middle of whatever, I'm there thinking whatever. As soon as I respond with whatever, he paused whatever he's doing and changed the song. So that kind of confirmed, like, okay, this could be real. And then the next time, I'm like, this bitch, like, I'm getting pissed off. And I'm like, yo, he better not play any songs today. And guess what? He plays it on low the next time, or kind of like, don't play at all. Which also, once again, confirm it. But that's just like too many coincidences. But people like, you don't have to believe that. Okay, let's put it this way. I don't normally see that person in my circle all the time. But then in the spiritual realm, this person starts saying, I'm going to come around you whenever you're going to be in this location or this place all the time. And I was like, okay, let's see how that happened. Did not show up for like 2 days. But in that 2 days, another person in my circle, which I sense is in the spiritual realm too, from while before, but let's just say I sense from the spiritual realm, comes to me and be like, is XYZ here yesterday? I was like, bro, first of all, they're not supposed to be there. But in the only time that they're supposed to be expected to be there is because of the spiritual realm. They said they were going to be there. So why are you asking me? I was like, I should have inquired more, but I was just like, I should have just let it be, because I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care. I don't want to be with anybody. I don't care if they will rescue me, make sure I'm safe, and blah, blah, blah. I don't want nobody. You understand comprehension? Okay. So eventually time passed and they're just persistent, like, I just want to care about you. I love you and blah blah blah. You're just numb. You need this. This is what was being said to me in the spiritual realm. I'm just like, I don't fucking care. But eventually they're like, just what if I give you this? What if I give you that? And the things that were telling me, because before I even tell you what they said, what if? Let's talk about the fact that one, because sometimes this interfere with my sleep. We'll get to that. Where they're like using the spiritual realms and the connection that God eventually gave them, which is hence the whole spiritual marriage, whatever, being the third one slash second replacement slash whatever the fuck it is. One time he got pissed about something I did, and that night he used the spiritual benefit to keep me up. Okay, those who don't know what I'm talking about know, if you were here in 2023, as in on YouTube when I was posting up my shit about spiritual sex and shit, that, if you don't know, do your research. If not, the book will explain, because I'm going to work back on that. So there is that. Then you have the fact that, but at the same time, he's trying to be different. He's trying not to use, like, I get it. If I wasn't sworn off men, I would maybe give him a chance. But I said no. I don't want Haman. Leave me alone. Anyways, so oh, this is put on wrong. Anyways, so that happened. What was I saying? Spiritual realm, you know. Yeah. So they're using the benefits of the spiritual realm now to either express their anger or whatever it is. But he's trying, and I get it. But I'm clearly saying I don't want anybody, right? And before he goes with the yes, so one night he kept me up. There's spiritual sex, but there's like, he wanted to talk, but I keep fighting it the whole night. So I'm heading somewhere, and he chose that opportunity because I'm no longer like fighting. I'm just focused on what I'm doing. So in the spiritual realm, he's there spitting out shit and not shit, but like explaining how everything from my work to where I live to everything that seemed, it all like from about September-ish, no, October till about, let's say that explanation, everything felt like God-ish. Okay, in the sense that I sense it felt divine or like inspired, in line, and things just connecting, but it did not fully felt like God just, when God does his thing, it's like hindsight reveals it. This did not feel like hindsight revealing shit. It's just everything just aligned. Like I go to the one thing and somebody else solved this, somebody else solved this. It felt designed, but when it's God designed, I've learned when it's really just God, not people trying to whatever, which I'm gonna explain. It felt divinely, what was the word I used? I don't remember the word I used at my interview, but it felt connected. So I would blame God. It's easy to say it's God, but just doesn't feel like the masterpiece I know God is. And the masterpiece I know God is, think about the minute things way ahead of time. I mean, like years before. This felt like, oh, everything's just, I'm gonna make things easier, I'm gonna make things nicer, right? Oh, you think of this? Oh, here it is. And I was just like, okay, cool, nice, I like this. I'm kind of scared because some of it I'm like, it might bite me in my ass, but okay, you know. So now this person in the spiritual realm is telling me, I planned it and we saw what was happening back in 2023 and we wanted to fix things and we hoped you did this and we hoped you did that. But then when you did this, we helped and did that and helped you to in line with this and da. Basically plot out my whole life. Until when I said I sense change, I guess that's when that person came along and here we are. So they're explaining that basically they, like have the Rothschild, which we'll talk about. Not really. I don't really care about them, but the Rothschild, they're like, I'm starting to hear either from God or whatever. They're like the upcoming threat to them. Okay? And I'm like, this is what I'm hearing in the spiritual realm. You don't have to believe me. I don't care. I don't want to believe. I don't fucking care. But you will continue to understand. So, they planned all that shit to save me and help me and hopefully, they'll get the opportunity, which I guess they pleaded and proved themselves to God, I guess. And he got access, right? So he explained that. And I'm like, okay. Because that was kind of like brain exploded. And I'm just like, I don't know what to believe, but the fuck? So then here comes the bargain. The bargain is, okay, what if I give you the wedding? And what I'm talking about is 2024, while I'm locked up in a facility, God was like, all right, what would you give Shawn Mendes another chance or something? Just plan that wedding that would be just like a second chance. What would you require? And I did not care, but at the same time, I did not fully realize that he was the contributing factor to why I was locked up, which I'll break down in the book. But then I just thought he was just a scared little bitch. And he just felt guilty. So because he felt guilty for not showing up to validate me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna spite him. The only way that I would ever be with him is if he like literally spent $1 billion on our wedding. That's what crossed my mind. That it would cost to make a diamond, real diamond, not lab created, diamond filled wedding where every corner is real diamond. It's glistening diamond. You're blinded by diamond everywhere and tropical flowers. Okay, so that was my thought. Okay. Diamonds and tropical flowers for this motherfucking weak ass bitch ass motherfucker who could not validate me. That's what I thought. But I didn't really care about it. Did I really care about it? No, it was just like a punishment. It wasn't like, this is my dream wedding. I've always wanted it. The only thing I've ever thought of as a dream wedding, and it's not even like a dream, like I was 14 or 12 or 10 or 4 dreaming of a wedding. I never dreamt of a wedding. I remember dreaming of having a family. I remember or being told when I was in kindergarten telling my teacher I want 5 children and wanted to be a doctor to take care of them, which is technically my God revealing that I'm going to adopt children and me taking care of it. Like, where's the man? Like, but I always had like a man in the concept when I was a child, but I never thought of the wedding as this. I never, until the ex that I talked about in my YouTube about being a simp or whatever you call it, a yamid, and after the online shit, and he asked me what my dream wedding would be. I was like, huh? And I just thought, and I really thought, and then I really, really thought about what I would like. And then after I thought about what I would like, all I could come up with is I want it on the beach. And I thought the color themes would be incorporated mine and his favorite colors at the time. And I want it on a beach. I want it sandy. I want it close to sunset. And what else? Yeah, I want to create my own dress. That's literally the most I've ever thought about. And then with time I was like, oh, I want it to be colored dress. I don't want it to be white. And then with time I just kind of like, I don't care. And then you have that wedding that I I wrote up in 2024 while locked up in a facility. So I never cared about wedding like that. Like, it's important then when I wanted to get married. Like, you want a good event, I want it to be fun, I want it to be, yeah. But I never like, oh my goodness, it has to be. And I had a drawing and whatever. Like, as I said, I had a drawing of a wedding dress back in 2020 when I dated the guy online. And then it changed and it changed. Like, bro, bro, I don't care. So that posting is not that important. But there comes this new guy. What if I give you that? What if I give you all the things you posted, which is like the demands? Remember the demands that those who know from 2023 that have been following, I made some demands. Like, I am demanding shit. Okay? And he's like, what if I give you that? What if I, would you? And I was like, no. Bruh, first of all, when I made those demands, it was like, bitch, you pay up for what you did to me. But it's like, I'm not, people don't understand, I'm not materialistic. Like, and, but I like things, I like fashion and so on, but you'll get my point soon enough. You'll get my point soon enough. We're in 26 minutes. I'm still talking. We'll keep going. So I was like, he's like, what if I did that? What if we get the wedding, but we never get married? Because I guess he saw the long list of me saying why I will not marry, whatever. But he's just trying to convince me so he can be in my world that way. And I'm just like, no, I don't fucking care. This is all in spiritual realm, people. This is all in spiritual realm. This don't have to be real. I don't want it to be real. But let's keep going, okay? So I'm like, no. Then he's like, please. I was like, you know what? Fine. Give me my full freedom plus those things. I don't give a shit. But you want to give those things to make you look good. Because look at me. I gave my woman this and she has this millions because I give my woman. That puts you on a pedestal. I made this wedding for her dream wedding. That put you on a fucking pedestal. Makes you look good. And I get to flaunt it. I don't really care. What I want, which I eventually like, if you give me this, and whatever about the other stuff, I'll consider it. Not a guarantee, but I'll consider it. And that's my full fucking freedom. Because they were like, oh, we'll make sure all diagnosis is removed and whatever, those who know what I'm talking about. So anyway, so he claimed he has power and connections and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I like the no diagnosis shit, but let's also talk about I want full freedom and I must be in control of the spiritual realm like it is designed. Because I want to flip shit. I did say this on my post. The world is going to end either the way it is or fully, like one of the above. So let me lead. Let me be what God created me to be, as I will write in the book. And give me the full fucking freedom like a motherfucking man. Like I mean full freedom. Like, no. Full freedom. I don't give a shit. I choose to accept even fucking protection because I am free and I don't fucking care. I'm not afraid, but I mean I am fucking free. I mean free, like a fucking freedom fly. I do whatever the fuck I want type of freedom. Okay, people don't understand, but those who, especially women, understand what I'm talking about. Anyways, so I said that, and he's like, no, and he's like, okay, fine. And then I remember distinctly hearing this in the spiritual realm, all of this spiritual realm. I feel like I still did not win, but okay, because I just want that chance, okay? And I'm like, okay, it makes no difference to me because I did not say I will, or I do, or I will commit to whatever, because he wants even the wedding is supposed to be like a commitment ceremony, but not a wedding official shit. So, as I said, I will get my freedom. Motherfucker blew that shit within 24 hours. As in, I end up going out and the controlling shit, which is like, oh, I'm just trying to protect you. But where are you? What the fuck? I'm like, bro, if you can't figure where I'm out because of the spiritual realms, witchcraft, whatever the reason, or stalking, because there's that as well, apparently. But, anyways, stalking or whatever the fuck it is that you keep monitoring or figure out how to monitor me or whatever, according to these people in the spiritual realm, you can't find me and you start panicking and must control shit. You're back to controlling, and I'm not getting my freedom. Deal done. Okay? So we have that. And time passed and he's kind of flip-flopping too. One minute he's like, with the music especially. And he's like, oh, I love you, I want you. And then I'm like, I don't care. Bah. And the next moment, oh, this love hurts. I'm over it. I'm just like, okay, finally. And he's like, no, I won't let go. With the next, like, it was all over the fucking place in the music. And like 1 or 2 days that was happening. And I was just like at least the previous was a little bit consistent in whatever they choose to do. But he was like all over the fucking place. But anyways, then time passed and I'm just like, I don't give a shit. But then he successfully got me to cave and I didn't realize I was mentally or emotionally caving into whatever until I heard, please don't let go. In the spiritual realm, I was like, have I consciously accepted what's happening? Subconsciously, I mean. I was like, fuck, no. And I back out. I was like, nah. Because like I said, I made my decision. I don't want a motherfucker. I don't want one. Leave me the fuck alone. So you think because I feel cozy and I'm just in whatever spiritual space I'm in, subconsciously, I'm going to stay there. I made my decision. I know why I made my decision. Plus, the only way I would have considered or reconsidered it is if I got my freedom. And these motherfuckers didn't understand that. And it's not like they're trying to even give me the freedom because I found out today. Because that happened literally a couple nights ago where it's like, don't let go. I was like, please don't let go. Or something. I was like, who's saying this? It's him. And I realized, am I consciously? And I just pushed away. Subconsciously, spiritually, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because I don't know and I don't want to even believe it's real. So anyways, that happened. And I was like, okay, fuck this. I'm going to block it because I don't give a shit. I don't care if I falling for this person. I made my decision and I made my decision for many reasons. Let's go into that for a second before I go into what I plan to do, hence the warning. I made my decision and I have 40 something reasons. Actually, there's one more reason I haven't written down, but I'll say it and then write it down after. Okay? Let's read them. Okay? Some of them I already said, but I'm going to say it again. Okay? I'm finding the pages. And it's taking a little while to find the pages. Where's the fucking pages? Wait, what the fuck is the pages? The fuck? It's not supposed to be this hard to find. Oh, there they are. Okay, let's read them. Reasons to never date, marry, or have a lover or a partner. Okay, titled. I was never protected, prioritized, or truly cared for. And I'm pretty sure he's like, I'm doing that now. I'm just like, I'm just stating a fact. Moving on. My name will never change. Fetishizing of me and my blackness. Avenues to be, these are, I'm listing, okay? So we're fetishizing is 3. Avenues to manipulate by, being manipulated by others through them for power, money, or control. Especially if I'm going to be what God said, which is a prophet king, queen of countries, or the whole world, or whatever it is. So they're going to use that partner for that. And let's even emphasize that before I go into all the other reasons, which say the other reasons, all the other reasons the person's like, I am not this and I can prove it. Cool. That one reason is bigger than the rest. If God is saying I'm going to be whatever, that is the big reason. Ain't gonna change, ain't gonna be no. Because I'm going to be in leadership, in the biggest leadership ever. I mean, according to God, I have the greatest power above everything under Him. As in, it's God, then me, then everything else, according to God and what I'm seeing and what I will write in the book. So with time, this was revealed to me in 2022, and by 2023, I started to see, okay, this could be actually real. And by now, I'm kind of seeing that, okay? So if I have such great power and people are going to want to harness power, manipulate, control it, use it, aren't they going to try and use the motherfucker that fucks me every night or makes love or whatever the word you want to use to manipulate me into getting what they want, doing what they want, continue things the way they want? And let's even talk about the patriarchy. This motherfucker ain't even trying to be different, which is also important to me because I'm literally trying to change shit. And one of the changes I need to change is the patriarchy. Okay? But that should be another reason, which is I didn't add to the reason. You know what? I have 2 things to write down. So that's one, but we'll get back to it. So let's get back to the list. One, and the next one is abuse. The next one is controlling individuals, means they're controlling. Next is I don't want to split parental or legal responsibility for the 5 children I want to adopt. Kindness and care is transactional. Next is changing the person for the worse when they think they have you stuck, as in when they think they got you married, pregnant, or whatever that make them feel like you ain't going nowhere. They change for the worst. Okay? Now, divorce and split drama I want to avoid. Next is I don't want to birth my own blood children because, and I have such reasons too, I can't guarantee they'll be good people. And 2, being stuck with the person in their family I have the child with. Cat. Next, I have no energy to pick, choose, and refuse through the masses to find who I'm capable with and aren't these things. Leeches, narcissists, love me. Not sacrificial, motivated by sex. Too influenced by the opinion of others, especially those unrelated to the relation. My unhealed trauma, their unhealed trauma. Love is not genuine, true, or real. None will ever be my equal, which is what marriage signifies. Okay? They think they know what's best for me. Forced medication are such unto me, which is almost sub reason for that reason, but it's like also a reason. They're weaker than women, but can't admit it. Want to have the say in what I do with my body. Fundamentally don't like women. My children will have my last name only. Shawn Mendes and the Rothschild, that's a whole reason. Because he's a motherfucking problem. And the Rothschild. If it feels like it's going away-ish, maybe because of this new guy, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways. They're too jealous or handle it wrong. Mentally weak. They're a distraction from the bigger purpose or plan, especially when they demand my attention all the time, which is linked to the whole bigger, which is also another big reason, bigger than the others, or as big as the one I brought up. Because, bruh, if I have this whole mission that God put on my life and whatever, and I have to be like, oh, you didn't see my message, oh, I didn't get to respond to your message and you feel hurt, or you feel hurt, or bruh, I have no time for that. When people are dying and starving and there's a genocide and there is the Epstein file and bruh, ugh. Next, I have to manage such be careful of what I say or do to not hurt the other, aka walk on eggshells. I don't got time for that. Which also falls kind of on the other one. The man says she needs sex when I don't got time for it. I'm like, bruh. They're one track minded and can only think about what they want. They don't know how to set their own boundaries, don't respect or honor my boundaries, inconsistent, don't know what they want, unnecessarily emotional roller coaster, too damn soft, because that's different from being weak. They're fucking soft. Men, like soft. Not prepared for anything, don't take the initiative, don't know how to commit, claim commitment but don't know or want what it requires. I like my freedom in every motherfucking way. Too damn scared or afraid, not brave. It should be the same ish, but no, there's a difference. Because you can be scared and afraid, but still brave. But if you're too damn scared, too damn afraid of anything, ugh. But then you can be brave while scared. Anyways, unable to care for themselves, basically infants, don't love themselves, don't understand the fundamental concept of balance, fair, or equity. The next that I didn't write is prioritizing their family or their mother's opinion. And what I have now, another one is, what was I saying? The patriarchy. Benefits from it, therefore don't want to destroy it like I want to. Anyways, so as you can see, I have a long list. I believe I can find 100 reasons and I only have 40 plus. Okay? 40 something. Under 50. Which means I'm getting there. Okay? I've only written 40 something. But I'm pretty sure I can find 100 reasons. I have my reasons. Motherfucker, I have my fucking reasons. Why I don't want to get married. I don't care who good he is. I don't want to love it. I don't want a partner. I don't give a shit. Okay? I will have concubines. Will I fuck them? Highly unlikely, because these motherfuckers are disgusting little crumbs that need to be removed from society. And that's the point of me having concubines. But that's a story or a talk for another time, for a time period in the future, which may not happen because of what I'm about to do if I don't get what I fucking want. Okay? And what am I talking about? So, as I say, recently, Eli don't let go. I let go. I was like, the fuck? And I was like, y'all don't understand. I don't give a shit. And there are people in the spiritual realm, according to the spiritual realm, which, and it comes to this, I don't want to believe, but I don't care. But if it's real or not, I'm making it clear what I will do. Okay? So don't let go. I let go. I was like, the fuck? I made my point. I made my reasons. I know what I want and what I don't want. Okay? Now, with time now, I am like, as you can see in the previous video, fearful of what's about to happen, okay? Or what might happen. And then I decided I could have lost my job, but it didn't happen. So I still have it. Now, there is still other threats, and I don't want it to happen. So I'm literally actively putting myself in positions to make sure it doesn't happen, so that I can save myself. Okay? I've done this all the time. Save myself. I've always make sure I'm good. So I'm seeing positions, I'm seeing whatever I need to get what I need to get out of the position that I'm in to freedom. Now, today, earlier, not like a couple hours ago, like earlier. And yeah, it's kind of a couple hours ago actually. I'm like, bitch, you should have, to the spiritual realm person that, God is choosing, I guess, or whatever, you get access or whatever. I don't know how it works anymore. I don't care. But the point is, I'm like, bitch, like, you could have maybe even gotten a chance. Maybe. I don't care. If you give me my full freedom. And then motherfucker is like, I'm scared. And it's like, he's scared. I understand why he's scared. He's scared that I get my freedom and still say fuck you, which is highly likely because I like that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's my priority. I don't give a fuck about you. I literally like he could save the planet. He could sacrifice all to be with me. I don't care. I want my freedom. One. Two, I said I don't want it. I have my reasons. Now here is where this shit gets worse, which is why I made this post, because I am literally like, I wasn't going to bring this up. I was just gonna pretend like this is not happening. I don't care. Fix my problems, move on, fix my problems, get my freedom, see what God is saying next, especially with these children I'm supposed to adopt. And because I'm like, I'm supposed to prioritize them, but then this happened, and there's just like, ugh, let me just free myself, get what I need, then I deal with what God is trying to say, especially with those children, and then move forward, okay? And see what happens next, and see what happens next, and see what happens next. But here's what this motherfucker now is trying to say, okay? This motherfucker, because I'm making sure I get extra opportunity so that I can get what I need to this motherfucker, not just saying that the reason for even why I'm getting less mulala in the situation, but that they will block all the other situations that I plan to do to make sure he get what he wants. Or I'm forced to be in the position where I have to choose him or give him a chance or trust him. Can I keep saying, just trust me, just trust me, just trust me, just trust me. I have a plan, I have a plan, I have a this, and I was just like, I don't care. If it's not, one, me running shit, because this is what God designed. Two, what I want, which is freedom, I don't give a shit. So this motherfucker is basically saying, I'm blocking everything until you trust me. Because I love you. The reason is always because I love you. Just trust me. I care, but I want to protect you. Okay. So here's the thing. You know, I was crying in the last video and I was like, I'm afraid of maybe I should accept the inevitability. You know what? I am determined to get my motherfucking freedom to the point that I will literally lock myself up. Like, if I don't get what I want, I will do what I can to make sure I get even close to it, or I fight to the very end and I get the other thing I want. And that is, I want my freedom. But if I don't get it, I'm not going to go down the road and be with do what I don't want. I want what I want, what I want, what I want. Now, before I even go down what I said, I'm going to, the warning. I want to bring up what somebody brought to my attention. And I have a feeling it's because they're in the spiritual realm and they're hearing all that I'm saying and seeing me block this motherfucker, right? And that is the fact that they brought up the fact that I'm like my father. And I never deny that. I always say I'm like my father, but I try to be better than him. And the person, they made sure to say that I'm like my father because he must be in control in every aspect of his life, whether it's marriage, is church, he has to be in leadership, he has to run shit. And I'm like, it hit me. It's because they're in the spiritual realm and they're seeing me block this guy or literally say I have to be in control or I have to be running shit. First of all, let's be clear. I'm not denying I'm not my father, but I never ever, in regards to leadership, I don't care about being a leader. Literally don't care. I can be the pawn. I can be whatever it is you want to call it. I'm okay with that. The only time I feel the need to lead is when I see someone faltering or I see a gap and I say, hey, let me fill it to help with what's happening. I've always been like that from I was a child. If we have a group project and nobody step up as a leader, I always fill the gap. Okay? And I think that's how I was, and this is why God chose me, because I do not want to be this great leader of this world, blah blah blah. I don't want it. Okay? I know why God put me in this position, because shit ain't right. Okay? But I'm not going to go around being like, I must be the great leader and everything I say must go. Even when in the spiritual realm, I was like, hey, let me be the leader. Let me run, let me lead. Okay? And after they reluctantly agreed in the spiritual realm, I eventually turned around and said, okay, continue your plan. I never said, cut everything, do what I say. I literally say, continue with your plan, but check the few things you're doing. Adjust this, adjust that. You're good. Do what you were doing as you were. Okay? That's what I said shortly after they agreed. Not like I want to be leader and you must bow down and everything you say is wrong unless it's what I say. No. And that's how I plan to lead in general. Like, if you don't want to agree, then do you. Okay? I'm not going to force another motherfucker. And that's the next thing. I'm not a controlling person and I don't force anybody. But I will never control another motherfucker and I'll never force another person to do anything. However, when it comes to me, I will fight to the motherfucking end to get what I want for me. Let me repeat. I will fight to the motherfucking end of time to get what I want for me. I am tired of not getting what I want. So I will fight to the motherfucking end. And if that means my end, I will take my end over not getting what I want. Especially for me, and when it comes to me and my autonomy, okay? My autonomy in every other motherfucking aspect, okay? So, I say that to say, you don't want to accept, according to the spiritual realm in this person, accept my request for freedom. Because you must be my partner and you sacrifice so much, because according to them, they did so much from 2023 to make sure I'm where I'm at, okay? And all they're asking is to give them a chance and they love me and blah blah blah. But they don't understand, I'm reached the point where I'm done with men. And if it's not just done with men, I don't want anybody. And I have reasons for it. Stop trying to convince me out of it. Give me my freedom. And that in of itself might convince me, if not God. But you couldn't do that? And then you're going as far as to block me from getting it in my own way. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to keep fighting. But here's the next thing I might do. And now this is the warning. Because I'm going to continue on my pathway. If he blocks it and continues to block it, if this is real, because I don't know if it's real, and if it's not real, I'm just talking bullshit, and then this is just a challenge that I'm going through and eventually it will go away. Thank God. But if it's real, this is what I will do. And I will do this by telling you a story before I tell you what I will do. Back in 2017, I think, I started to write a book. And the book is based on the concept of being dead while alive. It intrigued me because I was depressed, okay? And I understand now why I was depressed, because I was living around surrounded by people who were literally tearing me down, but gaslighting me. But let's put it this way. The concept is being dead while being alive. And it's literally just existing. And I'm not talking, oh, I'm just flowing, paying my bills, whatever. I'm talking, then I had a concept based on a book I was gonna write. Still have the concept in my head, so I can finish the book eventually. But what I have learned from my experience in the last 4 years, and my experience is not just like, oh, life and so on. I'm talking drugs. Oh, you mean shrooms and you're going to be always high? No, bitch. No. And that drug I'm talking about is when I was locked up the second time in Jamaica. And a psychologist who was well renowned in Jamaica and had more Americanized approach to it gave me a drug that literally, because he was like, oh, it just help with the psychosis or whatever the fuck he was giving me for, literally left me like, you ever heard of the sunken place? That's how it left me, and I was just like out of it. Okay, so if they have drugs like that, and I am literally saying, okay, in the spiritual realm, leave me the fuck alone, or give me my freedom. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with anybody, because it's not even like I have a thing against him, because people in the spiritual realm are just kind of like, you ungrateful little bitch, and you this and blah blah blah. And it's like, y'all don't understand. I just don't want anybody. So he could have sacrificed his whole life to be with me, and it was like, sorry bud, wrong girl, or wrong timing. Maybe a couple years ago. Right now, this girl don't care. So, here's the thing. I am prepared to literally do what I literally was fighting against. And what I'm talking about is, there's a hospital called CAMH down the road. And I say down the road because that's what I want to say, okay? So, CAMH is down the road. And that is, I don't remember the acronym, what it means, but it's a mental health hospital, okay? I'm here fighting it and preparing to fight it and blah, blah, blah. But you're going to fight my freedom? And you're going to tell me in the spiritual realm to trust you and whatever. And I'm saying, give me my freedom and leave me alone. And you don't want to do that? Okay, fine. I'll go to my other alternate. The thing that I prayed for, but God won't give me at any point at all, which is death. I can get it while alive. I'm pretty sure if I go to CAMH and be like, so I'm hearing voices not going away. I've been hearing voices. Medication never work for years. And can we try some things? And I keep saying I'm hearing these voices, and I keep doing it until I'm literally either a vegetable or I have nothing left in here. I'm good with that. I get what I want, dead while alive, which I prayed for in 2021. But God's like, things are going to get better, and I can't even get the simplest thing as fucking freedom. I will do that. That is my warning. I don't fucking care. Like, y'all don't understand. I will literally go against my own fucking wants to get what I want. Like, I'm fighting hard. You heard me cry. If you're falling through, you heard me fucking cry. Like, those weren't fake tears. These were fears. You don't understand. I've been locked up in facilities, stripped down naked in the hospital because of spiritual realm shit and whatever, and injected and witchcraft and whatever, and all these attacks. And I'm literally prepared to walk into that hospital and get it because I'm not getting what I want. It's not getting what I want for me. It's not even controlling anybody. I'm not controlling him. Literally, he can do whatever he wants. Just make sure I am left alone to be free or whatever. Otherwise, look, I don't. You don't even fucking understand. I will do that. I will. And I'm prepared to. And you don't even understand, like, it's like starting to make sense because from about last year, is it last year? Or early this year, I've been envisioning me being locked in a facility. And a couple weeks ago, or maybe last month, I was told by God that that was the plan of my parents. Okay. When I got in the hospital last year, that they were hoping that it would lead to that. Okay. So they can get rid of the little problem that I am. Okay. I'm a problem to religion. I'm a problem to them. I'm a problem to their image. They can lock me up. They can always use that to say that's the problem. It's being dealt with. The little menace is in a facility. But here's the thing. I thought that. I don't want that, but I'm prepared to go as far as being a fucking vegetable breathing mental vegetable or whatever. Because I don't get what I fucking want. For me. It's just what I want for me. I want freedom. I don't want to be with somebody. And you know what? As I said, if he fucking gave me the fucking freedom, if this is real and whatever, I would have looked at him different. Because which man in this patriotic world where every man, and especially when it comes to a woman, they're supposed to be married to because, in his head in the spiritual realm or because of God, he's like, oh, you're my wife. You're my spiritual wife. Even if we don't legally, you're my wife or whatever it is. So the things I was saying about the other guys, the spiritual husband, whatever, he's saying that I'm not acknowledging it. I don't want it. I don't care. And yes, it may be an answer to when I said, God, make me Abraham and provide me a ram, when God was pushing the whole Raheem bullshit from last year November. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my podcast. In my podcast, I said God was insisting that I prepare to sponsor Raheem. And I was like, fuck you, God. And then I said, you know what, God? I'm going to accept this as a Abraham moment, because me doing that is sacrificing my heart to someone I know will break it and hurt it. But I'm going to sacrifice it and hope you provide a ram, as in you're telling me to accept this as faith, that you will provide a substitute or someone else, and I don't have to be with them. Or if I have to, get someone else that I actually like. But that was then. That was November, December, maybe January. After that, I was like, I started looking back at my posts and I started to look at reality and I started to look back at what I said, especially in 2023. And I was like, I should listen to myself. I'm right. I said, if nothing happened by 2023, no other motherfucker I will not marry, and I will not, I don't want no lover. I started really think about it, and I thought about it, and I think about it, and I'm here now. So no, I don't want to be with anybody. I made up my mind. I made my decision. So yes, he could be the ram, but I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. I literally don't care. I don't want it. What I want is my freedom. And he can't even do that. And he's prepared to do literally like the past motherfucker. I mean, the most recent one, because as I said, the me locked up was related to him, which means he's literally trying to put me in a position where I have to be with him or must let his plan work. Sound very patriotic. Patriarchal, whatever you want to call it, the patriarchy, okay? And I said what I want, and I give you my warning. So if this is real and he watches this 1 hour and maybe 5 minutes. Um, and he choose to do it. I'm not afraid. I'm literally, let me even break down the sacrifice that that would actually mean, but I'm willing to blow up my whole life. As in, the phone I'm literally recording on is being paid for by a loan. More like a pay, buy now, pay later, whatever. The thing that is resting on is also another pay now, buy now, pay later, whatever thing that I'm paying for. I have another loan that I took out. Okay. I am renting, and maybe the rent I could deal with for 3 months. But if I do what I said I'm going to do, they might want to hold me for like a whole year or more or whatever. Because I'm not going to let up until I get what I want. Okay. Now, I only have like 3 months of rent ish saved. Don't ask me how I did it, but God made it happen again. Anyways, so I have like 3 months of rent, but I can't cover the other loans with that. So if I blow up my life because I'm fighting, I have these problems that were just gonna fuck up what I've been literally fixing. Like, I've had bad credit before. I've had loans that I did not pay for, and for some reason, some of them are solved and some of them are still calling me. But I have fucked up my life before or had a fucked up life. But this is me consciously fucking it up to fight for what I want. And I will do it. Yeah, that's about that loan, that pay now, pay now, pay now. I mean, buy now, pay later. About three of them. So that's like 4 loans. Oh, there's my student loan 5. And the other debts that I'm going to eventually deal with. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm prepared to do it. If this motherfucker is going to be just like the other guy, who's it's just like, I feel it feels very reminiscent because I remember, which I'm going to write in the book, 2023. I am suffering. I'm literally being poisoned. I'm skin and bones, and I've been struggling for years. And I'm just like, I just need to go on a I just need to rest on a beachside or something for like a couple minutes. I just need it. I just need it. And I'm literally like, can I get this? And I remember being blocked by motherfucking Shawn Mendes and his people. Way more like Shawn Mendes. Because he doesn't want me around other men. Or he's fearful of I've used to be in the book. I'm working on it. That's the section I'm at. It's just very triggering to write. Remembering what happened and seeing the evidence that it was real as I read back my post, and I'm like, it's triggering. And then this motherfucker wants to do something similar. Like, I'm like, you're gonna block me. Mind you, I'm like, this doesn't have to be real, but if it is, you're reminiscent of an abusive past guy that claimed to love me, and you're now saying claim to love me, and you're doing the same thing. And you expect me to give you a chance. And people don't understand because they can't find good men, or they don't even have a man as good as him because he's ready to sacrifice this or give me that and give me that. That makes him look good. I said, give me my motherfucking freedom, to the point that you look like a fucking idiot. You look dumb. But I am free. I am happy. I am. But no, because you must be in control or run shit or make you look good or whatever. Very patriarchy ish shit. But okay. I tell you what I plan to fucking do. I will fight to the fucking end. Because, not even. Okay. You have me wanting freedom, but then there is like even acknowledging and making, like, I know who I'm talking about. I've never brought a name. I don't even bring the full situation so you can have an idea. But if this person come to me physically and say, you know, I like you, can we go on a date or whatever, they don't even want to do that because of they know I'm going to reject them. I'm going to say, no, I'm not interested in anybody. So they're waiting until they break down my resolve in the spiritual realm before they make it real. And you know what? Even just the making it real make me have to accept it. And I'm not just talking accepting like the reality of this person liking me. I'm talking the accepting reality of, oh, they solve that issue of mine. They're kind of protecting me because I don't feel the Shawn Mendes control shit anymore. Like, I don't feel that much. I don't feel, and all the things that happened since November till now is, I'm gonna have to accept all of that. And I have to live with all of that too. But no, they want to make sure they get a chance. They don't, so they don't come to me physically. They couldn't even give me that, which is a validation. Sounds very Shawn Mendes, like in the 2023. Because I was like, show up, post something, do something, validate me on the fucking internet. And I'm not even on the internet trying to get validation anymore. I don't fucking care. But if you validate what I've been thinking, been sensing, then I can't avoid reality. Even if you continue, okay? But no, you can't even give me validation, nor my freedom, and you expect me not to fight, and fine. You ain't block my fight, fine. Watch me literally choose death. Even if it's death while living alive, as in zone out, whatever, because they're gonna do drugs of all kinds of sort. Because the spiritual realm ain't going anywhere. But if I can, but if they can try all their shit to get it rid of it, from shock therapy to drugs that just make me, what is this? Yeah. That's my little warning. I'm just saying, I am prepared to go that far for my fucking freedom. Just like. And I guess this is why you see I am determined to not be with anybody. Because I don't know why a lot of people in the spiritual realm is just like, oh, she's such a bitch. I would have loved to kind of. Bro, look how far the motherfucker is going now. Or claim to want to go, or will go, or prepared to do. Which is reminiscence of the past one. But he's acting like I'm different. Bro, once you embody or continue the patriarchy, which means I don't, as a woman, no, as a black woman, as a woman, as not a man, you have no freedom or autonomy in any way. And I'm literally trying to claim that. I'm trying to get that. And you're blocking it unless you get what you want, because you must get what you want, the little man. But they don't get it because they're so focused on, oh, I can't find a good man. Look at this sacrifice. And look how many times women have to sacrifice every motherfucking month just to exist. And the little sacrifice, the little hanging head. Okay, every woman has to live in restraint and sacrifice for 9 months to push out another person's baby or their baby or whatever the fuck is. The point is, women existence is sacrifice. And I simply ask for freedom. Flip the fucking script and you can't do it. And you expect me to think differently of you. Anyways, as I said, that's my little warning. That's what I'm prepared to do.